shows progression, because you can also look back on MySpace, or if you Google Shadoe Blackson, which you can, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna see that there's a lot of shit that you'll bring up on Google, and it's gonna say shit, and it's gonna show there's young Shadoe, and where Shadoe is at then. And then it shows the progression, it shows the succession, it shows like how I went from absolutely nothing, sleeping on porches, parks, benches, you know what I'm saying, nothing. 15 years old, I left my mom's house and said I'm gonna be a man from here, and I did just that. I never moved back to mom's house. You know what I'm saying? I stayed couch to couch and just bouncing and lived from there, but I still made it from down here to up there. I started with a Lara to a Pontiac Grand Dam, 03s, to be sitting in the Mazda 3 now after crashing, you know, fucking up my lady's whip, getting her a Mazda, getting me my Honda truck, you know, starting with nothing, ending up with something, like pushing my daughter in a bummy ass stroller and pushing her in a car seat that she could be in and sit in and sit lovely. Having no place to lay my head, to having, you know, saying my apartment, no GD, no diploma, you know what I'm saying, no felonies on the record, surprisingly, for being 26 years old. I didn't have a kid till I was 22. There's a lot that progressed into where I'm at now to show like growth, and what I was doing then isn't what I'm doing now. Then I was writing to be saying what people want to hear. Now I'm writing to say what I want to say, bring you to my world. People like Kid Cudi do, people like Childish Gambino do, you know what I'm saying? What I'm going to put out, you either going to accept it or not. Either which way I'll put it out, because I felt it. You know, and somebody down the line is going to feel it, and if not everybody, somebody. And that'll at least keep me going. That'll at least keep me up there. There's never going to be a day where I won't see you a fan and be like, the reason I'm still here and doing my thing is because of you. I will never say like that you didn't do shit for me. You know what I'm saying? You're not here. I can't be an artist without fans. I can't make or sell anything if nobody's buying it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do any of that. But you'll see if you Google Shadoe Blackson, it'll go 10 years back to MySpace days, when it's like I was putting out stuff that you can listen to today and it still be like, damn, remake that motherfucker and bounce that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I did 10 Toes Down, and that was written 10 years ago. So it's 10 years down. I sat down because my best friend passed. Now I'm back going harder, and back with more intellect, you know, so to interject with this, there's not just me talking to be talking. I'm talking because there's things that need to be said. I might not always write about me. I might not always write about my situation and scenario. There's people's stories who I hear who don't have the artistry or have the can make music the way that I do for other people to hear their story. You know what I'm saying? And there's always got to be somebody who can tell that story. Somebody who can say, hey, this person is going through this. Look at what Luda did when he's like Runaway Love, you know? Right. It didn't happen to him, but he probably knows several females he made those three verses for. Those were people he probably met along his way or knew along his way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of time where it's like somebody can't say what they want to say, but let me hear your story. Let me listen to it. Let me put this shit not just in words, but in poetry, and let me put this poetry into motion. You understand? Like, because that's all rhyming is to me. It's poetry, and lyrics are really supposed to be poetic. You know, people mumbling and not saying a bunch of shit and just saying words because they rhyme with the last word they said. That's what a lot of it's going on. A lot of the time they're sitting there and they're rapping about this female, and then the next thing you know, they're talking about shooting this nigga in the face. Well, where did the female go? What happened? I thought you were just talking to her. Real. She's bad. The song is about her being bad, and all of a sudden you shooting a nigga. Like, did he violate her in some type of way that you got to defend her like that? That'd be one thing. Like, she got raped and you seen the nigga as he tried to walk away, and you probably, okay, cool. But no, you're just talking about, yo, I seen this bad bitch and and now I'm getting mad rich and da-da-da-da-da. You just rhyming mad rich with bad bitch because they rhyme. You're not rhyming like, yo, I saw this bad chick and she only want me because I'm mad rich. Like, that'd be a different story, but you're like, you know what I mean? You just jump in subject. There's no concept. The choruses don't even match with the verses. You know, you're singing about something in the chorus and you're singing about something else in the verse, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no real concept to that. I can do that any day. You can put any beat on and I can make one banger hitter. Why? Because it's like making a Baltimore club beat. You know, you put a Baltimore club beat on, and it's gonna show. You could say anything to a Baltimore. You could put one on right now and say the same 3 lines over and over and over and over, and it'll be a hit song. You know, it'll be a hit. It'll be a banger. People will sell it. People will buy it. You'll sell it, and it'll make you millions. But anybody can do that. But can you do something that has concept? I did Genocide in America, and in Genocide in America, I'm talking exactly about that. The genocide in America. You know what I'm saying? Why does it only seem like Black Lives Matter when a rock and brick wall meet a cop in a fence, but I'm not running to a cop's defense? Because the truth, dead wrong, statistics, and optical sense, these are real notions. You know, these are real things that, you know, this is real life. I'm not about all the social media trending, watching a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be probably the only rapper wearing plain top tees, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and still going to the corner store buying a fucking top tee before going to go do a video shoot or something. Like, I'm not wearing top tees now, but I'm just saying, like, that's how plain it's gonna be. Like, Versace and all that shit, I don't care for none of that. Because I need the money that comes from doing this shit. Not the product, the materials. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in my 10 toes, materials, we'll get them all again, but cereal is cereal. To survive, you gotta fend. Like, there's logic behind what I'm saying, and there's real reason behind it, and it's everyday life. You can't survive off of these fancy clothes and fancy shit that you in, fancy cars and all that shit. You can't survive off of that. You can survive with it, but not off of it. You know what I'm saying? I can survive off of money because I can do anything with money. I can invest my money. A lot of these people taking their taxes and just blowing on a bunch of Jordan. Invest that into your rent. Invest that into what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? Do something with it that's going to help you get, you know, succeed more. You know, don't do something with it that's going to hinder you later to where you're doing the same thing next year. You're good and you tax time balling, as I've been called before. Like, you know, you tax time balling. Like, there's no, if you're going to tax time balling, make sure it's an investment. Make sure everything that you do in life is an investment. There's no reason why you should walk across life otherwise. That's why when it comes down to this music, I'm investing in it. I'm investing my being into it. Because I've been places, I've seen things, and if not experienced it personally, I experienced it through the story of another, to the point where I understand what kind of logic should have been thought about there. And that's what I'm going to lay out. When people hear my stuff, my versatility, a shadow could be anything. A shadow could be adamant or inanimate. I could be whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. But I'm making sure that when I do it, it's not just me doing it because it's what you want to hear. It's not me doing it because it's what you want me to say, or it's more over what you need to hear. It's more over what I want to be said out of my mouth. Nothing of whatever I'm going to say is going to be a contradiction to myself. It's not going to be against the life that I live. You're not going to be able to pull up something and be like, no, nigga, but you do this. No. If I'm being hypocritical in a statement I'm making in music, know that it's because the song isn't about me. It's about the person listening to it, who can relate to this situation and scenario. But anything, you will know the difference between my personal shit and shit I'm just saying because somebody needs to hear it. Somebody out there is waiting to hear these words come out of somebody's mouth, and nobody's saying it. They're saying they're scared to say stuff. They're afraid to say I'm scared. They're afraid to say a lot of stuff out here, so they stick to the same. You can play 4 different songs from 4 different artists, and I guarantee you will find at least one time where they take one word and they all say the same thing in 17 different ways. I'm tired of everybody saying the same thing. Like I said, I can rap about more than just dank and nines. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that light explosion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. The shit that you're afraid to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got teddy bears. Teddy bears gonna drop soon. When I drop that one, all I see is blood, shells, candles, and teddy bears. You know what I'm saying? Like, so me, I jump in. All I see is blood, shells, candles, and teddy bears. Shrugs. Hell, can't handle. I'm very scared. Nobody's gonna say that. Niggas gonna like, oh, you supposed to be a thug, you supposed to be a gangster, you very scared. What the fuck you scared for? Then you hear the next line. Because this that shit we teach our kids, and I'm well aware it's not just in my hood. Kids are killing kids and everywhere. But I'm well prepared to show them what is seldom here. Morals at its value, and I ain't just trying to sell them here. Because that's the real facts. That's the real facts behind it. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared for these fucking kids. These kids that we not teaching them nothing. We got all this good music, supposedly good music, but none of it is really any good. None of it is really any good in any type of shape, form, or fashion. You're not teaching your kids to do nothing except for bees in the trap. And trap music is exactly that, a trap. So what you're doing is trapping these kids to the same revolving door that we fought to get the fuck out of. Many years of trying to not be in this situation, not to live these scenarios, not to be that black nigga over there, but to be that strong brother over there. You know what I'm saying? All of our old heads out there looking at us like, you know, yeah, we did our thing when we was young, but you know what? There was a time and point we grew up and taught the younger ones. Now, Dave Chappelle made it a joke, but it's really happening. We got little babies on the fucking corner selling drugs. And now you scared to roll down this baby because you don't even know. This little nigga really might have a ratchet in the diaper. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is what's going on nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're teaching kids to just periodically teach the younger and younger generations, to keep teaching the younger generations to be stupid faster. And then you're not teaching them that there's a time and point where you're supposed to improve. You know, you got until you're like 15, from like, 14 or 13 when you become an adolescent, to like 18 to get into minor trouble. After 18, that's when you're really supposed to put your feet down and say, all right, I gotta stop fucking around. Because yeah, your minor records gets erased, but your adult record is gonna be with you forever. I'm 26 years old with no felonies for a reason, because I really live by what the fuck I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I planned it out. I planned out my minor's record. I got in trouble as long as I could, and then I decided to get ready. Started working and never turned back. Again, no GED or no diploma, I'm making good money. I pay for everything in my household. My lady, she's an at-home mom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not as successful as I could be, but I'm still more successful than what they expect me to be. And that is where we have to teach these kids this. And with this music, everybody listens to music. If there's one thing that will never die in this world, it's music. Buildings have changed over time. Everything has changed over time dramatically, except for music. Music has always been music. The way it's been put out has been different, but ultimately it has not changed. The foundation